Hi there. Today I wanted to review something with a bit of nostalgia. I scrolled and scrolled until I finally came across The Matrix. I loved it as a kid and probably watched it 20 times or more. It's been a few years since I last did a rewatch, so I figured I'd have a look at it with a fresh pair of eyes and a more focused mind. The Matrix is a sci-fi action-adventure film from 1999 that was written and directed by the Wachowskis, Lana and Lily. It stars Keanu Reeves as Neo, Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity, and Lawrence Fishburne as Morpheus. The story begins with a hacker named Neo being awoken by a message on his computer. The sender, Trinity, leads him down a rabbit hole that causes him to awaken from a horrifying dream and see the truth. The world is being controlled by an evil cyber intelligence. Neo faces the threat alongside Morpheus, Trinity, and their crew in the real world. Most of the screen time is spent with Keanu Reeves' Neo. He's a normal guy just living his life when a bunch of strangers show up in front of him with a prophecy and a crazy story. They're all intense people with an extreme look to them, and they don't explain anything. They just demand his trust. As he follows them, he meets a heroic ragtag group of freedom fighters all struggling to survive. They're led by the calm and serious Morpheus, a ship captain, and Trinity, his faithful and stoic second in command. On the other side of the conflict, you have Hugo Weaving playing Agent Smith, a ruthless computer program that seeks to put an end to the prophecy. The visual journey is a grimy adventure that uses numerous sets and locations to create two different worlds. One is a computer simulation that looks like our own world but without all of the rules. The other is a dystopic landscape that the crew must survive. They use a mixture of practical effects with CGI to create the worlds and to build out all of the elements within them. The machines in all of their scenes are CGI. Alongside the two different worlds, we see a good amount of gun and fist fights created through stunts and special effects. Sound-wise, the film makes extensive use of scored orchestral pieces and a few original songs to create a cyberpunk atmosphere with a lot of feelings of wonder and mystery next to feelings of horror and disgust. It backs every moment throughout the film, and the tracks rise and fall with the action. Okay, now that you know what it is, let's talk about how it is. The story is a hero's journey with lots of larger-than-life characters in it that are captivating to watch. It takes place in a vast, fantastical landscape, and the writers are fairly consistent with the rules of it. They start the movie by setting up the scenario and then take you on a mysterious and wondrous journey through the world of the Matrix. You get to bask in a lot of lore and world building, and spend time with the crew on board the futuristic ship, the Nebuchadnezzar, while experiencing high-octane fight scenes and a good bit of danger. The cast is playing stoic characters that are a bit one note across the board, and this even affects the main characters. They all have stunted emotions and come across as very macho. No one cries when their friends die, they just continue fighting. That said, there are a few standout performances in the film anyway. Lawrence Fishburne as Morpheus is an incredible world builder who sets the stage for the film. He appears like a prophet, giving Neo a choice between freedom and security, and Fishburne plays it like a religious zealot, willing to die for his beliefs. Gloria Foster plays the Oracle, a computer program that meets with Neo to give him a reading on his destiny. The sweet and caring vibe that Foster gives off makes the tragic words she has for him go down a little easier, and she manages to make a big impression in a short period. Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity is a total badass who gets to show off the most human emotions of anyone in the film, and her reluctance when it comes to dealing with Neo is quite apparent. She's always holding back because of what the Oracle told her. Hugo Weaving and Joe Pantoliano both do a fantastic job as well, playing angry, decisive characters that are two sides of the same coin. Both of them want to change their current situation and blame those around them for their suffering. The visual journey is full of fantastic sets and costumes, great fight scenes with some cool special effects, and a lot of dramatic lighting and visuals. The CGI and special effects might have been groundbreaking at the time, but they don't hold up that well 20 years later. The practical effects, on the other hand, do. They hold up so well that the scenes of Neo losing his mouth and the bug being extracted from his stomach are still downright horrifying. The visual journey has a lot of flavor and is easy to follow. Sound-wise, the film makes great use of its original songs to build atmosphere around the different parts of the Matrix. They use a good mixture of rock, techno, and rap to create a cyberpunk grunge vibe around the Matrix, and it adds to the dystopic theme. After the opener in the Matrix, the film switches over to using scored tracks more than original songs. They have different sections of an orchestra follow the scenery and add little bits of wonder, horror, and tension. It adds a lot of feeling to the scenery and brings out the impact of the action. Overall, The Matrix is a great sci-fi action film that mostly holds up. The acting is a little stiff at times, and the CGI definitely looks a little outdated now, but the rest of the film is so well done that you won't even notice. The visual journey is intense, with lots of great action and a captivating world behind them. The soundtrack effectively supports the story, and there are a few standout performances here that are worth seeing. As for a rating, I'd give the film an 8 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Bye bye.